Last summer, Immaculata University was awarded 2 grants, the Fulbright Hayes Group Projects Abroad and the Undergraduate International Studies in Foreign Languages program, which allowed 14 students to travel to Peru for 6 weeks to both teach in schools run by the Immaculate Heart of Mary Sisters and explore the ancient and modern lands of the country. Luckily, we got to explore city center Lima a couple times throughout our stay and chat with some of the locals, including the police officers. On countless occasions, we acquired knowledge about the country's past and its conversion to Christianity after the Spanish conquered the Incan lands in the 1500s. We frequented the markets in the center of town to find authentic souvenirs, including alpaca blankets. Perhaps one of the most breathtaking views of Lima is La Costa Verde, where we were able to drive alongside the Pacific Ocean and tour the scenic coastline. Between simplistic nature, art that is housed in a museum or on the streets, and especially traditional dance and cultural song, everything in Peru is celebrated, and it is a characteristic that the Peruvians truly take pride in. Because of these 2 grants, I was able to complete a portion of my student teaching at Colegio Villa Maria in La Planicie, which is an all-girls Catholic school right outside of Lima. I taught English to 4 classes of very talented 4th-year high schoolers under the supervision of one tenacious and loving teacher, Juliana. The faculty and staff outdid themselves with always making us feel a part of their community, especially during Recreo. My students were the first ones to help me get acclimated to their culture by writing out a list of their favorite cultural dishes that they insisted that I try. All 130 girls helped me to believe in my abilities as a future educator because of their unwavering support. I'll always remember them as my first class. And they will. Not only did we get to see Lima, but we also traveled to Cusco, which is a major area in southeastern Peru, known for its Incan ruins, and of course, high altitude above sea level. Our first stop when we landed was to learn about alpacas and vicuñas, which we got to feed. Cusco City ranked among my favorite parts of the trip. Seeing the heart of the city so alive and filled with the townspeople, from adults to students, during a national holiday really brought the culture of celebration to life. But wait, of course, there's always more. While in the Sacred Valley, we got to tour Salineras de Maras, the Inca salt mines, as well as see the Marais ruins, plus Sacsayhuaman, the ancient Incan capital, and Cristo Blanco, which overlooks all of Cusco. A trip to Cusco would have not been complete if we didn't travel by Inca Rail to see Machu Picchu, which is the site of a 15th century Inca village, which was once hidden by vegetation for over 500 years. We truly got the most out of Cusco thanks to our local tour guide, Jackie. Our final flight within the country was to Puno, another area in the southeastern section of Peru, higher than Cusco. While we were there, we took a tour boat cruise around the famous Lake Titicaca. Our first stop on the lake was the Uris Floating Islands, where the inhabitants of Reed Island, including the president of the island, warmly welcomed us and taught us about their lifestyles, invited us into their homes, and dressed us in their cultural hand-sewn garments. Our second stop of the tour was Tequila Island, which is another area on Lake Titicaca. We were able to climb to the top and interact with the children and their families. Without a doubt, this place has made a permanent mark in my heart. I found that taking that leap of faith by traveling to a new continent led to a true understanding of another culture different from my own, something that can only be experienced through absolute immersion and vulnerability. Sometimes all we need is a helping hand to guide us uphill to soar to new heights and see the world in a new perspective.